Welcome back, guys. Today we're gonna watch three very scary true horror stories animated. This is again by 1C Entertainment. I linked the channel in the title of this video, and yeah, let's get into it.
I live in Bangalore, India, and this is a true story that happened to me when I was 13 years old. One night, around 8 o'clock,
13 years
I
old
was
now.
lying face down on my bed, my eyes closed, music playing softly in my ears. Suddenly, I felt a sharp tug on my toes. I turned and looked toward the corner of the bed, and that's when I saw it. A pale hand, just barely visible, quickly slipped back under the bed.
It might be
At first,
sleep
I thought
paralysis
it had to
demon
be
or
my
something,
dad.
right?
He loved to play pranks on me and scare me sometimes.
He might be
I
tired.
got up, knocked
and he
on the
was
mattress
sleeping.
with both hands, and said,
Dad, I know you're under there. Don't scare me.
in response, I heard a knock coming from under the bed. Still laughing a little, I knocked again, louder this time.
Dad, come out. Come out now.
I called, but then I heard my dad's voice, far away outside.
What's going on?
He was still outside fixing
Yo.
the fence, and the only door to the backyard was too far away. There was no way he could have gotten outside that fast. My mom was in the kitchen making dinner, and my brother was away in another city. I froze. My heart was pounding. I bolted from the room. When I tried to tell my family what had happened, no one believed me. They said it must have been my imagination.
Yeah, it must be a dream or
But I
something,
know
right? That's what I would
saw.
also be
I saw the
saying.
hand move under the bed. Even if it was just my imagination, what about the knocking sound I heard from underneath?
That might
I'm
be
19 years old now, and I still
that
wonder
might be,
what was under
compression
the
of
bed
the
that
wood,
night.
wooden
But honestly,
the bed, right?
I'm just glad
Heating
I
and
didn't
cooling.
look.
I don't know, something like that. Yo. Okay, the next one.
This happened back when I was in my first year of college. I had moved to Wright Pierce City for my studies and was living in a hostel at the time. One night, a few of my friends and I decided to go out. Luckily, I had brought my scooter from home
Good.
when I moved, which made traveling around easier. Of course, sneaking out of the hostel at night wasn't easy, but I had built a good relationship with the warden, and that night, he helped us. There were 4 of us to start. Me,
That's what I'm talking
Laura,
about, man.
Jai, and Aditya. 2 of our female friends, Neha and Sumya, were going to meet us later. It took them a little while, but eventually they arrived at the spot we told them to. Now we had 2 scooters and 6 people, so we split up. Jai offered to drive Neha and Sumya, while I drove my scooter with Halor and Aditya. As we were getting ready to go, I asked Neha where we were headed. She just smiled and said,
Just follow us.
Yeah, I
It was
don't know, man.
winter,
We need to have a
and the
clear
chill
plan
in
of
the
where
air
we are
made
going,
it
especially
harder
at
to
night,
ride comfortably at midnight.
Yeah.
But we managed. After a while, I started noticing how far out of the city we were.
Yeah, it seems
That's
like
when
the middle of the
Aditya
forest, right?
asked Neha.
Where are we going?
Neha responded that she knew of a mall, one that had been abandoned and was rumored to be haunted. That's when things started to feel off. Halor didn't like the sound of it.
Yeah.
Honestly, neither did I. But we'd already come this far, and I didn't want to be the only one to ruin the night, so I agreed. But Aditya leaned toward me and whispered.
Look at Sumya.
I turned to look, and something was definitely wrong. Her face was pale, and she looked uneasy. I asked.
Sumya, are you okay? Feeling sick?
She shook her head.
No, I'm not sick.
I mean,
But
anyone would be
something's not
afraid of
right.
this, man.
I have a really bad feeling.
Yeah.
You should turn back.
Trust your gut
Neha
feeling, bro.
snapped at her.
Shut up or we'll leave you here in this forest.
Well, is she possessed or
Before I
something?
could respond, Halor suddenly asked me to stop the scooter. He said he wasn't feeling well, so I pulled over. Jai, riding behind us, stopped as well. Aditya gave Halor some water while he sat down on a milestone nearby. We started chatting and began coming up with reasons why the mall had been abandoned. Then, out of nowhere, Sumya let out a scream, a loud scream. It startled all of us. Halar choked
happened?
on his water and stood up abruptly. Sumya began to cry. I rushed to her, grabbing her arms.
What happened?
I asked. Her voice trembled.
We need to leave now. Please.
Yeah, I mean, get
Mia
out,
was
man.
furious.
Stop acting childish.
She shouted, but this time Sumya shouted back.
You need to stop this. I'm not joking anymore.
That was all I needed to hear. I told Sumya to get on the scooter. We all climbed back on and headed toward town. The ride was quiet, tense. Sumya was clinging to Jai so tightly, it made me a little jealous, I won't lie, but it also showed just how terrified she was. Around 5:30 a.m., we stopped at a tea stall. As soon as we parked, Sumya rushed to a chair and sat down. We gathered around her, still shaken. I asked,
Are you okay now? Do you want some water or food?
She shook her head, staring blankly.
No, just let me sit here.
Jai moved closer and gently asked.
What did you see?
At first,
She
she
saw
said
something?
nothing, but then, as if reliving it, her face turned pale again. What she told us still gives me goosebumps. She said that as we entered the outer forest area, she had noticed something, or someone,
Yo, look at
hiding
that.
behind the trees. At first, she couldn't get a good look because
Bro.
we were riding, but when we stopped and Halor sat on that milestone, she saw the woman clearly. She said the
Yo.
woman was standing right beside Halor. Her legs were bent at strange angles, her eyes pure white.
The fact that she can
Her
see
skin
that
was
is...
pale and lifeless. We were all frozen, especially Halor. He just stood there,
man.
replaying the exact moment in his head. Since that night, I've stopped venturing to the outskirts after
Good,
dark.
good job.
Because
Yeah.
sometimes you don't know what's watching you from the trees.
Last one, guys. Final
Hi,
story.
my name is Malaysia. I'm here to tell you a true story that happened to me when I was about 7 or 8ish years old. Back then,
she was a
in
kid.
2011, a tornado had hit our house. The damage
man.
was bad enough that I was sent to stay with my grandma for a few weeks until everything went back to normal. One day, my grandma had had almost all of her grandchildren over to stay the night. Let's call them Marcus, Leah, Amia, Rico, and Nina.
Yeah,
We all
that's a
slept
lot
on
of
the
people.
floor on pallets. I woke up in the middle of the night. The time on the cable box was 3:20, 3:40, something like that.
It's always weird to
Everyone
wake up
else
at
was
3 a.m., man.
And I watched
Something
the
will
TV
happen
for
at
a
that
little bit.
time.
When my attention drifted towards this dark hallway, though I really wasn't sure why. After about 2 minutes, a figure appeared. It looked just like my grandpa, with a huge stomach, sort of a long head. But there was something off. The figure was much lighter than him. My grandpa was really dark-skinned. He seemed to walk in a strange way, more of like
What
a
the
limp.
hell?
And something else strange was that he was walking towards my uncle's room. Right across from the room he and my grandma shared.
Yo.
He never went in there. Being the curious little child that I was, I called out to him like, "Papa?" The figure stopped as soon as it heard my voice, slowly turned my way.
Yo.
Once I got a good look at his face, my heart dropped.
Look at
It wasn't
that.
him. It was
See, it might be the
something else.
case when see.
The figure charged my way. Terrified, I hid under the covers, forcing myself to try to go to sleep. When I woke up again around 12 or 1, later than all of my cousins, I tried to explain to them what had happened, and they just laughed at me and said they didn't believe me,
Yeah, I mean, they...
except Amia, who was very quiet. When all of my cousins got up to make themselves something to eat, I looked over at Amia. She looked back at me with fear in her eyes and said, "I saw it too." This story is very much real.
Yo,
when I'm
that
sitting
was-
alone thinking about it, I remember it. I can't believe I remember it to this day. I'm 20 now, and I still refuse to sleep without a blanket over my head and my bedroom door closed.
Yo. Yeah, that was scary, man. 3 scary true horror stories. Well, if you guys want to see me or watch with me any more of these stories, then please like and subscribe, and let me know. I'll react to more of 1C Entertainment. Alright? I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.